Give it up for Mr. Brian Johnson.
Good afternoon, everyone. Go ahead and feel free to be brutal. I've already got a nice introduction today, so that's fine. It's a pleasure and a blessing to be able to be here with you all and to discuss the things that we are going to talk about. My name is Brian Johnson. I'm one of the co-founders of Corporate Fit. My other two partners and great friends of mine are back there in the back. You probably see them walk in a little late, but nonetheless, they're here. I kind of got started in this industry when I was about 7 years old. Let me get the slideshow up here and we'll be ready to roll. Yeah, I'll switch it one time. There it goes. And as you can see, I knew early that I needed to do something about it because I absolutely love cupcakes and pizza. I have lost and gained 60 pounds on 3 different occasions in my life, so I understand what it means and what it takes to get to certain areas in your life. You know, I started, like I said, when I was 7 years old. My dad got me into the gym very early, and it just kind of stemmed with me from that point. I was always involved in athletics in school, got out of school, always found myself personal training and getting questions asked on certain health-related topics, so it was just something that I always studied and had a passion towards. When I got 18 years old, I basically decided that that's what I wanted to do. So I took about 7, 8 nationally recognized personal training certifications over about a 3 or 4 year period. I ended up working and doing some stuff with 24-Hour Fitness for about 9 years. I actually managed training departments in specific, the one right down off of Breaker and 183 for 7. Got tired of doing that and went into the corporate aspect of it for myself so I can wear cool shoes like these. Okay? So that's a huge benefit for me because I like them. But we have been blessed, and when I say that my partner and I do the Healthy Living for Leaders to the Leadership Austin program. So we are involved in the politics aspects of it and K-12 education with food systems and things of that nature. So we take a huge interest in helping to make things better at a much younger level, and we are happy and blessed to be a part of the Leadership Austin program. Disclaimer, very important. I am not a doctor. You probably know that by the things that I'm wearing, that I am not a doctor, but just in case you don't, this is what I am explaining to you. I do have doctors that are clients and I can run information and pass them all the time, but I myself am not a doctor. So anything that I say and talk about today, I would highly encourage you to get a second opinion from your doctor. At that point, you can make your best educated decision for what works well for you. I pass judgment on no one, so whatever you do, we will love you either way. Next slide, please, sir. The importance of what we like to talk about is really the importance of how they are on a daily basis. You would die first without air, second water, third food, and sleep is in there as well, okay? There are some things, next slide please, that we're going to talk about in specific with the air part, okay? And most people really don't think about this, but the importance of having a body saturated with oxygen is crucial. That's the difference between disease and healthy, alkaline and acidic. And it can be just as simple as doing something like Qigong, which is breathing, movement, and meditation. It's something that's practiced here in Austin and all over, but it's very big in Eastern communities, and they actually use this to reverse very serious illnesses. Okay? There actually is people called a breath area. By a show of hands, who has heard of that? Then you know I'm not crazy. Okay, just as it says, these people are masters at getting environmental energies from the environment. No food, no water. I'm not crazy. I thought I was when I heard it, but my teacher has told me some unbelievable stories with Qigong practitioners and people that he spent time with all across the world that do these. Now, deep breathing is something that is very important. I'm still nervous. I get nervous every time I go and speak, but what I do practice is that lets your nervous system let you know that it is okay, and it's good to relax. It lowers your blood pressure, gives more oxygen to your brain, and allows you to function and to get across the point that you're trying to make. Yoga. How many of you practice yoga? Awesome. It's a great form of resistance activity. It's very natural and very functional. It's very great for people who have very stressful lives, which is probably most of us. Next slide, please. Water. How many of us drink it? I do too, and I can tell I'm drinking stuff I'm not used to, because it is a little bit different. But water is extremely important. It's got to give you an idea. We're going to talk about sodas and juices. Sodas have a pH of 2.8. Okay, this is very important as I start to explain this to you, and I start to explain the health implications of what happens with these things that you may not know. Okay, it's 10,000 times more acidic than the mark of neutrality, which is distilled water, at a 7.0. Our blood tries to remain at about a 7.4 pH, and it does everything possible for it to neutralize that. And what happens is your body is intelligent. It will actually take calcium from your bones, your joints, and your teeth, release it into your bloodstream by the form of PTH, and what that does is that helps to neutralize the blood. Only problem is, as the sodas in the acidic environment continues, your body still keeps releasing PTH, which keeps releasing calcium, which then starts to calcify in your cells and in your arteries, and your veins, and that's what you don't want. So you have an onset of osteoarthritis, and then you have an onset of heart disease, plaque buildup. Coca-Cola and truckers, colas, not Coca-Cola. Truckers use this to pour on their engines when they start to get rust. So I'm sure all of us can relate to this. When you take a drink and it goes, it's burning your throat. I do it too, once or twice a month. I'm just giving you a little experience, but that's actually what you're getting from that, and that's why that transpires. We spoke a little bit about alkaline and acidity and how disease thrives in an acidic environment. You know, alkaline fruits or fruits and vegetables and things of that nature. Next slide, please. Cellular health. We always talk and have heard a lot of information about, you know, I want a healthy brain cells, I want healthy liver cells, I want healthy lung cells, but the truth is we live and die at a cellular level. That's very crucial to learn. Reversing illness through God's foods. This is where my background is. I, in specific, do Eastern medicine-based, nutrition-based reversals on a disease level. That's what my passion is, okay? Asparagus, not necessarily in order of importance, but very important to think about here. Asparagus, how many of us eat them? Awesome. 10 to 20 stalks a day, okay? Wow. The reason why your pee smells like that is because it's detoxifying your liver to that extent. You need to drink massive amounts of water because it's also a diuretic, high in folic acid for ladies. Number 1 in glutathione content, which is your master enzyme that causes phase 2 detoxification from a cellular level and detoxes your whole body, okay? Number 2, avocado, second highest in glutathione. The seed has the most amount of soluble fiber of anything on the planet. I use that in my 3-horsepower blender to dust. Great for plaque removal in people with heart disease, okay? It's a living fat, probably the most perfectly nutritionally balanced food that you can do, okay? It has 400 mcgs of lutein for your eyes. It has 150 milligrams of beta-sitosterol for your cholesterol, okay? Celery. How many of us have high blood pressure? Go ahead, Kim. 6 stalks a day. Okay, it's been around for thousands of years. Basically, what happens is the pathologies that are in celery relax the blood vessels around the heart to allow it allow the blood pressure to open up because the veins are more relaxed and allows the blood pressure to drop down. Try it out. I have to do it daily. Okay, coconut. How many of us eat it? Studies in the Philippines on AIDS, HIV, herpes, pneumonia drops viral count 73% to non-detectable levels. I have a client that is in that scenario, so I know personally what it does. It burns as a medium chain triglyceride, which means it burns and has a thermogenic effect, unlike a saturated fat, and is healthy to cook with. Okay? Walnut. Walnut's very interesting. That is probably your best nut that you can actually eat. If you look at it, crack it open, it looks like a brain. The light kills light. Chinese medicine is how they basically refer things to. The walnut is highest in ALA, which is huge for anti-inflammatory. It is the highest in arginine. There's studies done on that one in comparison with other nuts that when walnuts ingested, it increased the bicep circulation on the left arm 24%, which is huge. High amounts of arginine, so the vasodilation component is also what allows that to happen. Shiitake mushrooms. Mushrooms, in my opinion, are the most potent things that we have on the earth. Our antibiotics in Western medicine are known from the mycelium family. Shiitake mushrooms helps to lower cholesterol. They're great for vitamin D. They dilate the blood vessels, and they have beta-glucans, which is huge for your immune system. Next slide, please. Probiotics, very important. Good belly is awesome enough They sponsor us. They don't give us money, but we enjoy their products so much that we talked them, struck a deal, and there's some products back there for you to try out, okay? If you leave here with anything today, probiotics should be your first stop. Whether it's sauerkraut, there's 1 trillion probiotics in one mouthful of sauerkraut, which is what balances out your gut and your immune system. 85% of your immune system is located in your intestinal walls, okay? Good Belly in specific has a specific strand of bacteria. It's called an LP299V, used by Western medicine doctors to help with gastric bypass surgeries and things of that nature to help rebalance the gut bacteria so you kill infection. My name is Brian Johnson with Corporate Fit. Thank you for your time, where we believe that if you don't make time for your wellness, you will make time for your illness. Thank you.